guys, welcome to Keicia TV. Today we're going to talk about narcissistic parental abuse and how it affects the child. People with narcissistic personality disorder end up taking terrible tolls on their victims, aka people that they love. Just to recap, narcissistic parents are controlling, aggressive, abusive, manipulative, gaslighting, invalidating, they minimize, they're obsessive, they are never wrong, they are difficult, they are selfish, they are mean, they are cruel, and they are antagonistic. Children of narcissistic parents have no self-esteem. They have no personal power. Why would they? They have been manipulated and abused and controlled. The child of a narcissistic parent learns very early on that the only way to survive this narcissistic parental abuse is to serve the narcissist and to disappear or to leave or to rebel or to fight it. So the person that is serving the narcissist, because that's the only way that they can survive this, they have no self-worth. There's no individuality or uniqueness to them. It's not fostered or cultivated. And then the other one rebels. Well, this is the one that fights. And they pay a terrible price, because if you go against a narcissist, you are abused. Both of these types, the placater of the narcissistic parent and the rebel against the narcissistic parent, they both lose because they don't feel worthy of love and attention and affection and nurturing and care. It's only, what can you do for me? The only time that the child of a narcissist ever gets any kind of positive reinforcement is when they're serving the narcissistic parent. And so when they get older, they are a prime target for sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissists, abusers, liars, and cheaters, and manipulators, because they've learned how to serve someone else's craziness and kind of disappear. They don't even realize that it's an abusive relationship because it's normal. It's basically what they're used to. It feels like home. A child will always blame themselves. It has to do with brain development and lack of a full frontal lobe. When a parent is mean to them, when a parent is cruel, when a parent is aggressive or abusive, they think it's their fault. They aren't smart enough, they aren't beautiful enough, they aren't lovable, they aren't worthy of love, they messed up, they made a mistake. It always in their mind is their fault. Not feeling like you're enough, not feeling like you're worthy of love causes children to do very destructive things. They can either just give up and self-destruct because they're not worthy, or they can work and work and work themselves to exhaustion, overcompensating for the fact that they think that they're not enough. Both of these are very bad. Mind, body, and spirit. There needs to be a middle, and that's part of what we do in therapy. You are enough, what you do is enough, and you have to rise to the occasion of being enough, and you don't need to overcompensate. You are enough just as you are. Another way that children can be affected is that they can be narcissists. There's studies that have proven that narcissism runs in families. There's a genetic link. So children of narcissists can also have the disorder. They could be aggressive and manipulative and self-centered and minimizing and manipulative. However, there are some children, they do not have narcissistic personality disorder, but they are narcissistic because this kind of narcissistic behavior has been a role model to them. And so in that case, if they act selfish and self-centered and they're manipulative, but they're not disordered, there is a shot that with therapy, you can really change that. That is behavioral. That's not inside of you. Children of narcissistic parents, they may be rageful, emotionally dysregulated, apathetic, depressed, anxious, traumatized. They may abuse drugs and alcohol, engage in reckless behavior to get attention. They feel empty, and they generally distrust the world that they live in. And they also distrust themselves because of lack of self-esteem. And all of this can be helped. It can be helped with extensive talk therapy. It is very important that the person who has undergone all of this abuse must learn self-love. They must learn what it looks like to be who you are and to love who you are and not try to hide who you are, and then carry that into healthy relationships with healthy communication and healthy boundaries. The boundaries are so important. Saying no instead of saying yes all the time. So important. It has nothing to do with the child of the narcissist. It has to do with the narcissistic parent who is disordered. So it is very important for people to understand that the abuse was not their fault. It was not your fault. This has been cooked into you. So you have to figure out a way to get it out of you. Extensive therapy can really help you. Children with parents who are narcissistic also need to learn that it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make a mistake. It's human to make an error. And what you have to do, a healthy person admits it, they say they'll do better, and then they try to do better. You see, your whole world doesn't have to fall apart because you've made a mistake. No one's going to attack you. No one should attack you. I tell all my abuse victim clients that they should have no one around them that is mean. You deserve kindness and love and empathy and nurturing. And you couldn't get that when you were little, but you can get it now. Do not deal with anyone who's abusive towards you because it will make you go backwards. If you're an adult and you're trying to figure out how to deal with your narcissistic parent, there's some rules to engagement. First of all, when you go to therapy and you start getting de-triggered so that their behavior doesn't trigger you, it will be easier for you to stay neutral. But you should not engage. You should not be defensive. Don't fight. Recognize that they are disordered and they can't help it. Give yourself a healthy time limit and then let yourself leave after that. It's okay. This is the new day where you take care of you and not them. There's this thing called radical acceptance. It's when you understand that a person is disordered and you love them and you understand and accept all the ways that they are not perfect and you just be okay with it. It is not easy. You can try, but if you can't do it, you have to let that be okay too. Sometimes a child of a narcissistic parent needs to take space. You should not feel guilty for taking care of yourself. That is what the narcissist taught you. The narcissist taught you that you must serve them at all costs, right? You are no longer self-sacrificing for someone else. That is healthy. That is good. But you have to take care of you. What you went through, your abusive childhood, that was not your fault. And I'm sorry that you went through that. But the responsibility of healing yourself from that abusive childhood, that is your responsibility. You will not believe what an amazing life is waiting for you on the other side of healing from abuse. So I say to you, with so much love, you can heal. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a good week. I'll see you next time.